Take a closer look at this satellite image. At first glance, it seems like there is nothing here but a desolate, dry desert. But right in the middle, a strange structure is visible. If you zoom in closely, it becomes clear that it looks exactly like an aircraft carrier. Those huge aircraft carriers that the military uses as floating airfields, starting from the runway, fighter jets, and weapons. But the surprising thing is that it is not on the ocean, but on the sand in the middle of the desert. Now zoom out a bit, and the full picture starts to reveal itself. The image is from the Taklamakan Desert in northwest China. On the surface, it's just an endless stretch of harsh sand, one of the most extreme environments on Earth. But hidden inside it, this carrier-like structure appears, almost perfectly shaped like a warship stranded on land. And it's not alone. Satellite images show multiple large, ship-shaped structures spread across the desert. One looks strikingly similar to a modern U.S. Navy aircraft carrier, especially the Gerald R. Ford-class design. Nearby, another structure resembles an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, down to the placement of its bridge, funnel, and missile launcher layout. But these are not real ships. They are full-scale, ground-based mock-ups, carefully built replicas placed in the desert. What makes it even more interesting is how they evolved over time. Earlier satellite images from around 2020 show rough outlines made from simple blocks, poles, and temporary frames. Over time, those shapes were refined into more detailed, recognizable warship silhouettes. Then there's the railway line cutting through the site. It doesn't run straight like you'd expect in a flat desert. Instead, it curves sharply, bends unexpectedly, and connects different parts of the facility. On the surface, it looks unnatural. But this unusual layout appears to serve a purpose, simulating movement, direction changes, and shifting angles, almost like a moving naval target. Following that rail line north leads to a base area with large hangars, buildings, and support vehicles. Heading south, it stretches into the desert and then suddenly disappears, as if the infrastructure simply fades into nothing. So why build something like this in the middle of nowhere? The answer connects to modern military training and rising geopolitical tension. China has been rapidly expanding its naval power, including its aircraft carrier fleet. Just over a decade ago, it had none. Today, it operates multiple carriers and continues to develop more advanced designs. But the ships seen in the desert do not perfectly match China's own carrier designs. They more closely resemble U.S. Navy vessels. And that detail has fueled speculation. The broader context is the growing strategic rivalry between the United States and China, especially in regions like the South China Sea and Taiwan. The U.S. regularly deploys carrier strike groups in the region, while China continues to expand its military presence and territorial claims. Tensions have repeatedly escalated through close encounters at sea and large-scale military patrols. In this environment, the desert facility appears to serve one main purpose: realistic weapons testing. These mock ships are believed to act as precision targets for missile systems. The goal is to test how accurately long-range weapons can strike carrier-sized and destroyer-sized targets. Some structures are reportedly fitted with radar reflectors or sensor systems to capture impact and targeting data. Even more advanced setups include movable or modular mock-ups mounted along curved rail tracks designed to simulate real naval movement, speed changes, course shifts, and evasive maneuvers. Reports suggest China has already conducted successful strike tests against such targets. One of the key weapons often linked to this concept is the DF-21D anti-ship ballistic missile, designed specifically to target moving aircraft carriers at extreme range. It launches high into the atmosphere, then re-enters at hypersonic speeds, with a maneuverable warhead capable of adjusting its trajectory during descent. In theory, this makes it extremely difficult to intercept, especially against large naval fleets operating far from the Chinese coast. From a strategic point of view, the message is clear. Even massive carrier strike groups are not untouchable. And that is what makes this desert installation so significant. It is not just about building fake ships. It is about simulating a future battlefield where long-range precision weapons could reshape naval warfare entirely. Whether viewed as training, deterrence, or demonstration of capability, one thing is certain. In the middle of a silent desert, a very real message is being tested.